Coming up next on this edition of In the City. Fallen Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Captain David Bricker's life is honored with a memorial service. Also, the Rutherford County Library System gets a bookmobile. Plus, Old Fort Golf Club will be closing in April for greens renovation. And construction is underway for the new 12,000 square foot skate park. We'll tell you all about those stories and more coming up right now on this edition of In the City. Welcome to another edition of In the City, your source for what's happening right here in the city of Murfreesboro. I'm Michael Linn White. Murfreesboro Fire Captain David Bricker is laid to rest after a memorial service honoring his life and service to the community. The Murfreesboro community mourns the loss of Fire Captain David Bricker, a dedicated public servant who passed away unexpectedly. Captain Bricker, known for his commitment to duty and compassion towards others, served the Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department for over 2 decades.
He was a co-worker, one of my friends. He used to be on my crew years ago. Had a lot of great memories with David. Just an all-around good guy, hard worker, and dedicated his life to the fire service.
He is described as a true leader and mentor. Captain Bricker touched the lives of many through his selfless service and dedication to keeping the community safe. In honor of Captain Bricker's life and service, a memorial service was held at New Vision Church. Firefighters, friends, family, and community members gathered to celebrate his life and remember his countless contributions to the city.
Captain Bricker was a good friend of mine. We worked together many years ago on the same engine company. Even on his days off, we had some encounters working at the same place on our days off. He was just a good family man, a good friend, and I'm going to miss him.
Bricker was a devoted family man and leaves behind his wife Cassie and 2 children, 15-year-old Ben and 10-year-old Emily. As the community continues to mourn the loss of Captain Bricker, his memory will live on through the countless lives he touched. The Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department will honor his memory by carrying on his dedication to service and commitment to family and the community. The library system gets a new tool that would help bring the library to the community.
The Rutherford County Library System's Bookmobile is a mobile outreach branch that takes the library to the community. Some form of the Bookmobile has been serving this community since the 1940s.
That could be anyone from preschools and daycares to assisted living facilities to independent living, prisons. Anything that you can do at one of our brick and mortar branches, we'll try to bring to you your front door if you need it.
The Rutherford County Library System took over the previous Bookmobile in 2004, and it served the community for almost 20 years.
It was a wonderful bookmobile and was serving us really well, and right to the end it was doing a great job. This is really cool. This was made specially for us by Farber Specialty Vehicles in Columbus, Ohio. It's a 2022 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. It's a 170-inch wheelbase, and it gives us a lot more amenities than we used to have. We have a lot more power options so we can stay out in the community longer. This one's a lot smaller and more mobile, so we have a lot more ability to go into places we never could before, and we don't have to think about where we can park now. We can say, if you need us, we can come to you. Anyone can come on board. We have no more limitations on who can use this service, and that's a really good thing. So this is our ADA approved wheelchair lift. It has a capacity of about 800 pounds, so we can bring anyone on board that we want to. It's real quick and smooth, and so you'll be able to just roll right back in there, select your books, you can go check out. We'd have you roll right back up, and then we put you down. So this is our awning. It's about 12 feet and will give us a nice protection on a sunny day. It's a smart awning, so what that means is if the wind kicks up and we're engaged with our patrons and people are distracted, it's not going to break, it'll go back into its housing. And this will be our nice outdoor space. We're going to be able to bring our books out here. We have plugins for electronics, so we can do anything we want. We thought about putting TVs out here. Anything we can do to bring people into our library, we can do it out here and have a nice open air section for everyone, which I'm really excited about.
The new Bookmobile would not have been possible if not for grants received from the community. West End Home Foundation, Middle Tennessee Electric, Tennessee Valley Authority, and Friends of the Linebaugh Public Library.
To know that we can reach out into the community when we need to, and people came to the rescue and said, yeah, you need a bookmobile, this is a good service, we're going to do what we can to get you the cash you need. And they did. And that says a lot about Rutherford County. So when we're out servicing this community, that's going to be on our minds a little bit, that you guys came for us, we're here for you now. So look us up when you need us, because we're here.
If you have a need from the Bookmobile and would like to schedule an event or just have questions, give Michael a call.
They can reach out to us here at Linebaugh Public Library and just ask. If we have room on the schedule, we're happy to give you an appointment stop through the week. We have a few open spots. If someone wants a special event, they can contact us. We'll see if we can work it in. We do a lot of evenings and weekend stuff, and we're happy to get you out if you want to.
Old Fort Golf Club is doing renovations to the course that will have it closed for the summer beginning in April.
The last time we did any significant work to the golf course was back in 2003. So we're trying to do, our bunker renovation now. We've got 9 holes open. They can do the dirt work, the sand, all that's fine to do in the winter, drainage work. But once we get to the greens renovation, it's a summer grass. As you know, your yard's probably green up in the summer, and so when you start to see this Bermuda turn green, that's when it starts growing. So that's when we have to do the greens renovation, once the temperatures get warm enough for the grass to grow. We had nice big bunkers. They had these high, what they call flash faces of sand, which looks great if you're playing high level tournament golf. I mean, that's awesome. If you're the average weekend golfer and they're maybe not quite as easy to navigate. Also, with the age of the bunkers, you get heavy rains, the sand washes down, and so then you end up with kind of poor sand at the bottom of the bunker, and you end up with dirt kind of on the face. So when you add in sand, the sand is so soft that the ball just buries in the sand, or you're playing out of basically kind of a mix of sand and dirt. So neither one of those are really ideal. This renovation is going to help fix that issue, basically. Yeah, so this is the front left greenside bunker on hole 16. So we've got 2 bunkers here. This is the front bunker. So what you're looking at now is a bunker that is ready. We've got a gravel base. Drainage has been redone. Around the bunker has been sodded. What you'd have seen is basically sand that would have come up much higher and steeper. And so kind of in here would have been sand before. Now you're going to get grass here. So if your ball does happen to stay there, at least it's on grass. That's a little bit easier for most of the recreational golfers. But, most of the time what'll happen is the ball will hit here and then it will still roll into the bunker, which is, the idea, but now you're hitting from a much flatter area where it's going to be a lot easier to hopefully, try to navigate around the golf course. Basically, this bunker is ready for them to put a polymer material on, spray that, and then sand will go on top of there, and once the grass grows in, it'll be ready for play. This is the green here at hole 16, and obviously the next part of the project is a greens renovation. That'll happen sometime in April after the bunker renovation. During that time, the golf course is going to be closed until we reopen. Basically, no one has played golf on this green for about a month. And you can still see ball marks from people. With it being a cool season grass, doesn't do well in the heat during the summer months, not what you want to putt through. And so the grass we're going to be replacing the bent grass with is a warm season grass. It likes the heat, it stands up well to traffic. It'll do away with a lot of the ball marks. The other thing that you can kind of see here as well, over time, the greens are going to shrink. This is, Bermuda, it likes the warm weather, it's encroaching on the bent grass. So this pink dot represents where the original edge of the golf green would have been. And you can see that we've lost, probably 6 feet. So I think in total, over all 18 greens, it's like 8,000 or 9,000, maybe even 10,000 square feet that the greens have shrunk. So if you just took maybe 2 steps off to the side of every green, that's going to be about how much they've shrunk. So we're going to try to restore that back to the original, design, and also hopefully improve the quality of the putting surface in the process. Depending on weather, we'll be back up in open for play early fall, maybe somewhere around the 1st of September.
Murfreesboro will soon have a new amenity for the community to enjoy. Construction is underway for the new 12,000 square foot skate park and pump track located at Old Fort Park. If you enjoy skateboarding and biking, Murfreesboro will soon have a new amenity for the community to enjoy.
We just started construction of our first skate park that we're adding to the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation system. We're really excited. It's something that's been in the works for a long time. We chose this location because it really was underutilized, and we have an existing parking lot that is just perfect for an amenity like this, that way we don't have to build another parking lot.
Old Fort Park is one of the oldest and most utilized parks in Murfreesboro, and the spot next to it is a perfect place to build the skate park and pump track.
This is a streetscape skate park, so the features would resemble something you'd see, along street features, that type of thing. So this is really derived from public meetings that we had at Moab Bike Shop. We did 2 public meetings, then had a final meeting where we unveiled the plan that the community was really interested in. And those meetings were some of the heaviest, visited public meetings that we've had for input in a long time.
Residents in the skateboarding community are extremely excited for this park. Xavier Solis, the manager at Moab Bicycle Shop, used to ask friends to take him to skate parks in the state. Now he is thrilled that this one is finally happening.
Everybody's excited. Long overdue is like a big thing. Some people will go, oh wow, I've been hearing about this and I didn't realize we didn't have a park. I just assumed we did based of proximity to Nashville, population of Murfreesboro, etc. But yeah, everything really positive and super gunned up, waiting for spring and summer. So yeah, should be fun.
City staff are hoping for an opening date in May, just in time for nice, warm weather.
We're just thankful to be able to offer just a wide variety of things in our park system. Ultimately, we want to do things that people enjoy, and this is just another thing that people will get out and I think utilize and be able to enjoy on the 7 days a week.
This project will cost about $850,000, and a lot of work will be done by the Murfreesboro Street Department.
Fun time in the city right now where the departments are really working together. So a unique thing about this project is our public works team is doing all of the grading and adding all the base stone to be able to save money. So that saved us a significant amount of money that we were able to let our internal team do, and then we turn it over to the contractor, and you can see behind me they're starting to work on the actual skate park and pump track.
The park will be 12,000 square feet, and its features welcome more than just skateboarding. And those who are in that community say this addition to the city's parks gives residents and visitors an exciting new option.
It really is kind of a cultural thing, I would say. Skateboarding as well, you could look at it from like a sports perspective. It just got into the Olympics recently, that first year in 2021, so it's like on that scale now. So I would say it's important from a cultural standpoint, giving everybody something to do, another edition of, hey, this is what Murfreesboro has to offer.
Stay tuned to CityTV for updates on the skate park's progression and opening date. The Public Works Department is recognized by News 2 in Nashville for their efficient work during the winter weather back in January. Back in January, when most of Middle Tennessee was covered in snow and icy roads, Murfreesboro's Public Works Department braved the elements to make roads safer.
We're doing what we call 2 Gives Back, where we go to a different public community in Middle Tennessee, and we honor some public servants. And a lot of times it's a police department, a fire station that put out some big fire or rescued somebody. And in this case, we're in Murfreesboro because the Murfreesboro Public Works had a big job to do back in that January snow when you had, well, I think it was saying 6.9 inches roughly in Rutherford County area in general. So about 7 inches of snow, a lot to clear. And I think that people were happy with the job they did.
When severe weather hits, it can be hard to keep up. And because Murfreesboro Public Works did such a great job, their employees are being honored.
But sometimes it's nice to be able to sit back and look at the work these people did. There were people that, like in the middle of the snow, they were getting like 4 or 5 hours sleep, barely get home, say hi to their family, take a quick nap, have to get back out to start clearing more snow, and they went from, as Mr. Hillis explained, they went from the state routes they were doing to some of the smaller routes and trying to keep them cleared so they could get to the smaller roads.
Public Works Director Raymond Hillis says he is proud of his employees for their dedication to their job and to the city.
Really, it was a group effort of all of Murfreesboro. So street department guys, of course, and gals worked really hard. There's 60 of us here Plus we had help from other departments, fleet being one of them. Water resources helped us out. We had a city contractor, Rollins Excavating, that helped us, and so it really was a group effort, and we stayed with it, worked hard until the snow and ice was gone.
It takes lots of hard work from many people to do a big job like clearing snow and ice, and Murfreesboro's men and women are grateful to be recognized.
Like I said earlier, we really don't usually get a lot of recognition, so when we do, we really appreciate it, and so I'm just glad to be able to celebrate with staff and let them know what a great job they're doing.
The Murfreesboro Police and Traffic Departments partnered together for this 1-minute promo highlighting a traffic trouble spot.
We highlight the intersection of Asbury Lane and Medical Center Parkway. During peak hours, Scenario 1, drivers traveling west on Medical Center Parkway will stop to allow eastbound drivers to turn left. Scenario 2, they will also stop and allow Asbury Lane drivers to turn left. Both scenarios have blind spots for the outside lanes, often causing failure to yield crashes. Murfreesboro police officers heavily patrol this area and cite drivers for failure to yield tickets when applicable. Alternate routes recommended during peak hours are Gresham Park Drive and West College Street.
Main Street Murfreesboro honors local businesses and individuals who have made a significant impact to downtown. Murfreesboro's downtown area is the heartbeat of the city, and local businesses and residents work hard to keep it a vibrant place. At this year's annual Main Street Awards, several are honored for their contributions.
We're just excited. This is a time that we can interact with our members, our sponsors, our city and county supporters, and our board members, and recognize the board members who are rolling off the board and the new board members who are coming on. We get to introduce them to the crowd, and then we get to recognize some of our local businesses with our Design Award and then our Business Partnership Award. So we're just really excited to be able to spend this time with the people in the community and really talk about what impact we've had.
Among the awards given is the Design Award that's presented to businesses that have done a great job in renovating a space. With our old yet beautiful buildings on the square, that can be quite an undertaking.
They're doing great things. I mean, they really are the heart of the downtown area, the businesses, whether they're, an entertainment, a dining establishment, shopping, even our services like insurance and attorneys, and some of those people have built this square with their careers, and so we just want to make sure that they know how important that they are, but not only that they know how important they are, but the rest of the community does as well.
This is also a time to introduce new board members and new businesses to the community. The Main Street organization works hard to promote all things downtown, old and new.
I am just excited about the revitalization of the downtown community, and it's an excellent way to build community. But I grew up in Murfreesboro when it was really vibrant, and I see that happening again. So it's really encouraging to me.
In addition to supporting businesses, Main Street Murfreesboro holds many events downtown each year. Make sure to check out mainstreetmurfreesboro.org for information on concerts, the farmers market, and more. The urban forestry staff will be busy planting trees this spring and summer thanks to a grant.
The emerald ash borer is responsible for the destruction of tens of millions of ash trees in 30 states, Tennessee being one of them. The insect was first detected in the U.S. in 2002 and in Tennessee, 2010. Murfreesboro's urban forestry crew has been working to replace compromised ash trees on city property.
So we've been dealing with this for a few years now, and kind of been trying to plan ahead on how we're going to deal with it, whether we're going to treat them or remove them and replace with different species. Long term, that's kind of the route we're taking. We're not removing all of them. We're removing the ones that were only had about 50% canopy last year. By next year, they all should be removed, and we should have other trees planted in here. Sometimes it's hard to catch because they start in the top of the canopy, and that's where you'll see like the exit holes. And so by the time you see them at eye level, it's way too late. So you really got to be on the lookout. But we've known it was here for a while, as they become real brittle and dangerous to work on. It's kind of scary to being out there in a windstorm or just on a windy day because they are brittle and they'll just snap off about 15 or 20 feet up the trunk.
The city applied for a Tennessee Department of Agriculture Forestry Division grant. This was a 50-50 grant, and the city was able to purchase trees to replace the ash trees.
With that grant, we were able to purchase roughly 130 ball and burlap trees, so right around the 2-inch caliper. Probably about 7 or 8 different species through that. We were able to start planting in November, so we were able to plant a little bit before it got too cold, kind of like that ground temperature to be a little warmer than what it has been, in the months of December and January. So kind of stimulate that root growth before the hard summer.
On this day, they were at the General Bragg Trailhead off West College Street, removing 8 ash trees and replacing them with native black gums and native bur oaks.
Not just here, but there's one other Greenway Trailhead on Thompson Lane that's in a similar situation like this. We're not going exactly where, but we're just making it pretty where you don't see stumps everywhere. That's why we're grinding the old stumps. But like the oaks, we're going to try to kind of stay somewhat away from the parking spots, so we don't want those big acorns falling on the cars. But we're kind of keeping the same number. We're just doing 2 per island, kind of how it was set up in the past, give them room to grow and mature, make sure that we still have some canopy and some shade around this parking lot.
Carson and his crew will be busy in the coming months planting the 130 trees at various public sites around the city. If you see them, tell them thanks for helping keep citizens safe and increasing the city's tree canopy.
The City of Murfreesboro recently opened the new $6.84 million Gateway Boulevard extension to Robert Rose Drive. It extends Gateway Boulevard from the roundabout over to Robert Rose Drive in between Old Fort Golf Course and the Oaks Shopping Mall. Design began in 2022 and construction started in 2023. It provides a new 2-lane roadway with pedestrian sidewalks. The extension offers motorists an alternative route to Robert Rose and helps facilitate emergency traffic around the medical center offices and Ascension St. Thomas Hospital. The new extension will ease access to Robert Rose and the growing Medical Center Parkway traffic in Murfreesboro. It is also expected to help reduce traffic on Thompson Lane. The project was built totally by city funds as part of the Murfreesboro 2040 Major Transportation Plan. The new transit center construction has started and is moving along nicely. The new transit center is being built on the corner of New Salem Highway and Bridge Avenue. This area will provide a centralized location for transit operations. The project includes a 10,855 square foot administration building, a 2,794 square foot bus maintenance building, and a 2,264 square foot bus transit pavilion. The contractor has been working on the underground portions of the project, installing utilities and storm pipe, as well as prepping the building pads. Recently, the administration building pad was placed and work on the other building pads with the bus pavilion as well. Steel erection on the administration pad is to follow. The project has a timeline of 540 days, which is set to be completed in late April of 2025. The project is currently on schedule, even though weather delays happened this winter. Rock City Construction Company has been working diligently to make up any time lost and keep the project on schedule. Murfreesboro and Rutherford County students learn life skills from the Amazing Shake event. Making eye contact, holding a conversation, and of course a good handshake are all part of the competition. Murfreesboro City school kids shake up the scene with the Amazing Shake event sponsored by Rutherford Works, part of the Chamber of Commerce.
Mainly what the Amazing Shake program is doing is just trying to prepare them for life skills that they're going to run into. And it's mainly making eye contact, having a good conversation, that type thing, which is much needed in today's world.
In a whirlwind of handshakes, smiles, and impressive communication skills, Murfreesboro City and Rutherford County school kids took center stage as they show off their skills.
The exercise going on right now is what we call the Professional Business Luncheon. And we have judges at each table, and it's local industry that volunteered today to come help us out. And they have 6 to 7 students sitting with them, and they're having a lunch.
One of the highlights of the event was the Gauntlet Challenge, where students go to different stations and are given a topic to speak on off the cuff for about a minute. One Salem 6th grade student says this challenge was her favorite.
Well, it was hard. Well, that's what I thought it was until I actually went to the stations. It was actually really easy because I love acting.
This event was started by the famed Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta, and now the program is worldwide. Organizers say this type of hands-on experience is invaluable for these young people.
It's important because as I meet with industry in the area, one of the top complaints they have is the lack of communication skills, work ethic, having good conversations, being on time. It's all of those soft skills that are so important in industry and in any career today. And so we feel like this is an exercise that can help develop some of those.
The students participating are equally excited to compete, and they see the value of this experience even at a young age.
It can help us develop so when we get older, we can have the qualities of a good adult, and whenever we have like a meeting with our company, or if you're a CEO of your own company, whenever we have meetings or trying to make a business partnership, you can have the leadership skills to talk and not interrupt people when they're trying to talk.
3 students from this round will go on to the national competition.
What we're going to do is we're going to take the best 3 out of these 32 that are participating in this, and we're going to send them to that national competition where they'll be competing against children across the world.
The Amazing Shake event provides a platform for students to bond, collaborate, and learn from one another, whether cheering on their peers or exchanging tips on mastering the art of a firm handshake, creating memories, and learning life skills. The future is bright for these students. We are excited that we have partnered with PAWS of Rutherford County to bring you the Pet of the Month. Meet the longest residing pup at the shelter, Toby. Toby is a 4-year-old, 47-pound Basenji mix. He has been with PAWS since November 2023. He was adopted, then sadly returned due to dominant behavior shown with other dogs. He does well with older children, but he is jumpy and he will need to learn manners. But with his treat motivations, smarts, and eager to please, training should be a breeze. He may just need to be an only child. Toby is neutered, heartworm negative, and up to date on all vaccines. For more information about Toby or any other dogs and cats available for adoption, contact PAWS at 615-898-7740 or email them at paws@rutherfordcountytn.gov. The latest STARS Award was given to Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Ladder 2B shift employees. Engineer Ridge McMahon, firefighter Peyton Ashburn, and firefighter Alexis Rodriguez. These employees were recognized for going above and beyond their normal firefighting duties on an emergency scene they were called to. They paid attention and remained vigilant and alert as they removed the patient from a dangerous situation. These awards are for employees who go beyond their normal job duties in providing outstanding customer service to internal and external customers. These employees were recognized at the February 15, 2024 City Council meeting. Well, that's it for this edition of In the City. As always, for more information about the City of Murfreesboro or any of the stories you've seen here, you can always visit our website at www.murfreesborotn.gov. And if you want to see any of the stories that you've seen today or catch up on some of the latest city news, you can always visit the City of Murfreesboro's YouTube channel. I'm Michael Linn White, and until next time, we look forward to seeing you in the city.